you'll have parents. What this part is about is getting your parents involved. It's a good idea, and there's a couple of ways to facilitate it. Okay, getting volunteers, and in practice, we already covered dads with pads, and I apologize for jumping around because I can't help myself. But you do want volunteers in practice, again, with the stipulation that they are quiet and silent partners. They are to be seen, not to be heard. And the other thing is, my practice moves fast. And when I say I move fast, when I do tackling drills, if we got 3 or 4 stand-up dummies and I've got dads with pads holding them, they will be sweating. So if they're in their business attire, they're probably going to not be happy about that pretty quick. But you want to don't move at your volunteers' pace. Move at your pace, but set the expectation with the guys that they need to know we're going fast, and I'd appreciate you, and even if you got to have 2 guys working a bag. A lot of times I have 2 guys working a bag. We're doing a moving drill or whatever. The guys get petered out, and the last thing I want is a dad, slowing us down. So they are needed in practice. I also videotape my practices, and a lot of times, if you can get a brother or a sibling of one of the kids, that's great. A lot of times I got a Suburban, I'll park my truck right on the side of the practice field, and I throw the kid on top of my truck with the camera on a tripod. But I film my practices. We'll probably talk about filming a little bit later, but that's another place where a person at practice, a mom or dad, can help you and be very beneficial. If you have to bring water, if you have to bring ice, a lot of times you want to spread that around. You don't want to be doing that yourself the whole season. And some people will cling on to a job. You never know who's going to cling on to a job. You may think that the job is a headache, and they may think that job is their way of helping the team. So, ask for help. Again, you're trying to get people involved. During the games, we need all the help in the world. And, on game day, I'm a totally different guy. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I drink about 15 cups of coffee. Still, after 20 years, I don't care if I'm coaching, and I've never coached flag football, but even if I was, I would still get up. I would still that's how a coach is. Coaches are, we're weird guys, and we all have our little rituals, and I certainly have my rituals. I need to do them. And, but at any rate, the last thing I want to be doing is getting to the game and having the referee ask me, who's your chain gang, and not knowing that, because I couldn't be bothered with a chain gang during game day. And, if I hadn't pre-planned to have somebody do that, now I'm aggravated. I'm not, up until 2 seconds before the referee said that to me, I was fully thinking about my strategy. And now I'm thinking about administrational stuff. And so, that doesn't work for me. So be prepared. Ask for help. I've already asked, what is it? It's July, whatever, 28th, 29th, 30th. I don't know. It's someday. They're all run together. But I already got my chain gang set for the year. We got them. I got 5 guys. So, and obviously you don't need 5 guys, but a couple backups. And those guys know they're a chain gang. I got ladies to take pictures. And pardon me, I don't mean to be chauvinistic, but that's what I got. I got ladies to take pictures, and they have their cameras. And I got 3 of them, and they're all going to rotate during the season. They don't need to all come out with their pictures. I have a volunteer to run my camera. I'm still looking for a backup. I got a month to find one. If I do not find somebody to run my video camera, by the way, I will pay somebody to film my games because, A, I love football. It's my hobby. And, I want to review how the game's going. You cannot underestimate the importance of video. And one of the greatest books of all times, if you ever have a chance to read it, is The Education of a Coach. And The Education of a Coach is a book that is written by David Haberstein. Habertstam. I can't ever say that guy's name. And it's a documentary about how Bill Belichick got started in the NFL. And I think everybody knows Bill Belichick loves game film, and I'll just leave it at that. But at any rate, Belichick broke in as a volunteer assistant with the Baltimore Colts 1,000,000 years ago as a guy that just broke, his his specialty was breaking down film. He was a gopher for the first year, but I mean they let him be a gopher, but then he started setting up film and scouting teams for the next week. And, hey, that's worked out pretty good, huh? So, video is really important. Don't underestimate it. But parents hate doing it, and you're going to have to really pull some teeth. And so you want to get a couple people to do that. Halftime and the game-ending snack. We usually try to give the guys bananas and oranges and stuff like that at halftime. Bananas full of potassium. I may be just telling you something you already know. Oranges, obviously. Vitamin C, citrus. good for them, gets them reinvigorated. The game and snack is usually some sugary garbage that they bring. So at any rate, it's the last thing I'm going to do, so we get a snack schedule. All right, allowing parents to make decisions, and I'll just give a quick example of what types of decisions parents can make. We're having a preseason cookout. If I had just told everybody we were having a preseason cookout, then maybe everybody would have showed up and thought they had to be there. Instead of doing that, I asked everybody through a survey, which we've talked about, if they wanted to have a preseason cookout, and I let them answer anonymously. We have a trip to Florida, which is a bowl game at the end of the year. It's going to cost about probably between $200 and $400, even if you do it on the cheap, for us to go. As a family, that's what it's going to cost. If I said we're going to this bowl game, then I'm a jerk because maybe I didn't. It's a bad economy out there right now. So I put out a survey, and in the survey I asked, do you want to go to the bowl game? Let your parents make decisions whenever you have a chance. That parents are not allowed to make decisions about anything that is coaching related. You don't want to do that. But if there's a non-coaching related thing, and, do we all want to go to a team movie one night? Do we all want to what do you want to do for the year-end party? All that stuff, put it up to a vote, let the parents vote on it, and you'll find that they feel like they're part of the system. And the last thing is a reward system. And, if it's good enough for the airlines, it's good enough for me. So, and I apologize for my jokes. I am a football coach, and I got a weird sense of humor. But I do have a thing. Our team is the Ravens, and so we have Ravens points. And, if the kid arrives for practice on time, he gets a Raven point. And then if he's the big hit of the day or whatever, he gets a Ravens point. If he does his football homework, he gets a Ravens point. But the parents as well, if they do their homework, they get a Ravens point as well. Oh, excuse me. You got a chance to see my beautiful children there as my computer decided it's going to take a little break. It probably means that this video needs to be done. So you can implement a little reward system and give the parents points. If the kids are getting there on time, give the parent a Ravens point anytime their child is there on time. So if there's stuff about the game that they do, give them points for volunteering. Give them points for being the video people. Anything that needs to be done, associate a little reward program with it. All it is a spreadsheet, or just a piece of paper with a tick sheet, and just keep everybody posted on how they're doing. So hopefully some of this, and I'm obviously in a chipper mood this morning, so hopefully some of this will be useful to you, and you'll find a way to